Open.
Turn around.
Not my face, turn around. Your face, not my face.
Why iPad? Okay, we are on.
Why? Yeah.
12
why?
seconds of me yelling at the iPad. We're good.
Why is this not doing anything?
Because we always have to refresh it because
I just tried to refresh it and it's not
stupid.
doing anything.
Okay.
Oh, it's not letting me.
I don't know. If you're here, enjoy this. I don't know what's happening. There we go.
Okay. There we are.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
we don't need to listen to us twice.
No.
Okay.
Echo.
Hello.
She's
hello.
back. She's back.
We're both back. We haven't been here in a couple weeks.
No.
We were supposed to be, and I had gut problems, so it was not. You guys thought I was like sick? No, I wasn't like I had a cold sick. I was having gut sickness, which is worse.
She's just sick. That's all. Let's be real.
I'm just sick in the head. I don't know what to tell you. But we're back.
Mm-hmm.
And in case you didn't guess from where I've been and what our title is, we're going to talk about So Magical because, as you know, once I get back, this is my personality for the next month. So that's all that we're going to talk about because it's just a good place to be. And I want everybody to know about it because I want everybody to come. And I want everyone to enjoy it and to feel like they should come. Because there's a lot of people that I'll meet and they're like, I came all by myself and I was so nervous and then it was wonderful. And I'm like, see, that's why you should be here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not saying this out loud.
No.
But if you stick around,
it's a bad word.
We're gonna do a little something, but we're not gonna say this word. We're not gonna say it and you're not gonna say it because then the trolls and the robots come out. So hang out because we're gonna do it. We're just not gonna say it. But when it happens, you'll know about it. So
exactly.
Because we're going to try something new and I'm not going to put that word into the beginning and I'm not going to put that word anywhere. I'm not going to say that word. And hopefully all the trolls stay under their bridges and don't come out and try to contact you and scam you because I don't want that to happen because you're all great and I don't want you to get scammed. But I have something I would like to share with all of you, so stick around because I have my haul, which is not very big this time. So yeah,
we're gonna see it. I haven't seen any.
I don't even know what's in there. I don't remember. I know it's not a lot.
Thread.
There is some thread. So we're gonna talk a little bit about So Magical and again what it is and what we were doing and all that good kind of stuff and a little travel talk. There will be some talk about my dogs. I'm sorry if that's not your thing, but they were part of this journey and they were wonderful. So we're going to talk about that. And then I'm going to show you the things that I bought, which is not a lot because we were super busy and I didn't get out that much, which is totally fine, which is fine. Yeah. Fine on both ends. But then of course you have that remorse when you come home and I'm like, I forgot they were there. Oh, I didn't see their booth. And it happened to all of us. So yeah, it's kind of the way that it is. So
Shelley has a comment. Shelley doesn't want to talk about it. She said because they're not going back to Texas.
Listen.
So she doesn't want to talk about it.
Let's start there for a second here because there was a whole thing on Facebook yesterday on the So Magical group about Texas. I'm just saying, this is just for me. Kayla and her staff did not issue any information to say why they weren't coming back and what went wrong or didn't work or whatever. So I would take everything you read with a grain of salt. I don't know where the information came from. I did not hear, and it could be true. It could not be true. I don't know. There's always a lot more behind selections of locations than you realize. We went through this with AQS years ago when they stopped going to Lancaster. Everybody was like, but why? And it's, well, it's this, it's that. There's always way more than just one reason. Mm-hmm. So whether the venue treated them well or poorly, whatever the issue was, I can assure you there's way more to the planning than that. And Kayla has made it clear. She didn't say they were never going to Texas. She didn't say we would never do anything in Texas. We are not going back next year for that particular event to that particular place. That's all. Kayla has a lot of things that she's working on and she won't tell us because she's mean. So there's a lot of stuff that I don't know about either. And if you think I'm keeping secrets, no, I've tried to pry the information out of her. I actually said to her at the show, well, you won't give us dates. And she said, but I did give you dates. And I was like, I don't want the show dates. I want the other dates. I want to know about all the other events, and I want to know which ones I get to come to. That's what I'm asking. And she just laughed and made fun of me and ate her lunch and ignored me. So I don't have information. Lauren might have information because she usually knows stuff, but I don't even know that for a fact. So I'm just saying. So yes, So Magical up until this year was only in Florida once a year. This year they ventured out to 3 locations. They have to try things. We have to see what works. We have to see what doesn't work. And again, don't jump on anybody because their plans change. That's not directed at Shelley. I did not mean that at all. But things change for lots of reasons. So I can tell you from my experience as a vendor in Texas, the attendance was very low. It was a brand new show, but the attendance was the lowest it's been at any of the shows that I've been to. So starting last November through current, it was the lowest attendance. We had a great show. I had great classes. We had a really great time. Eric and I like Texas. That all went well, but there's a lot of other things that happened and a lot of things that we will never be privy to. And that's just the way that it is. So next year, as of right now, there isn't anything going on in Texas. Will that change? I don't know. It could. Anything can change. Next year, they will just have Florida and Tennessee again. So Tennessee actually had really great attendance, as weird of a week as it was, because it was the weekend before the 4th of July, which I wasn't really sure what to expect. I knew I needed to try it. I figured if we did well with a low attendance show in Texas, we should do okay. And we did fantastic. It was a great show. I had awesome students. The vendor hall was great. I think she said the most vendors they've had to date. So I'm hoping that Florida will be even bigger because Florida is kind of their like hub. And this will be their 5th year there.
They need to come to New England.
They do. So that was another post because you commented and Sue Smith and a bunch of people did. There's a post in the So Magical group right now, if you're on Facebook, that just said like, tell me where you want us to go, because they're always looking for ideas. So they do have events planned. They have cruises. They have one in Vegas next year. It's not a show. The So Magical is going to be in Vegas. Dates have not been released, but they're always looking to do different things. Kayla has also mentioned she is not tied to the Gaylord. It happens that way, but she is not 100% tied to that. So give her your ideas. She wants to hear your thoughts. So this was my 3rd show. So I feel like I have some things to compare it to now, which is really nice. I would say that Tennessee felt more like Florida than Texas did, because it was a little bit bigger. It was busier. It was a really nice place. Like, I think everything was done really well. The vendor hall, I know I walked it at least once, but I missed so many people because I was not paying attention. Somebody that Cheryl had told me specifically to go to one of the vendors. I walked past their booth, and then later on when we were leaving, I'm like, oh shoot. Like, I never went there. Like, I walked past it. So I did that quick little walkthrough.
Which I gotta say, and I don't know about you guys, but it made you a little nauseous.
Because I had to speed it up to get it on. I will do it at regular pace when I do it on YouTube. I had to speed it up. Oh, don't worry. Everybody makes their feelings of what I do real. They put it out there. Don't worry. I know that everybody did not like that video. So,
hey,
what are you going to do? Listen, I can't make anybody happy some days. I had to speed it up to make it fit. But the reason there was no talking is because I left the booth and started talking. And I was like, and this is this booth, and this is this one. And then slowly realized I don't know the names of half these booths because they didn't have signs up. Like, almost everybody did not have a sign. I'm like,
oh my gosh.
I have like signs everywhere.
Yeah.
My logo on everything. And I was like, I don't know what this is. Oh, I don't know what this is. So I stopped talking and just kept walking around. And that's why I missed a lot of stuff. Nobody had their names on things. It was weird.
Crazy.
Well, and you know how like a lot of times at quilt shows, they give you the little banner signs.
Yeah.
So Magical keeps it real simple, which is nice because it keeps it like very affordable for us. But they don't put those signs up. So if you don't bring a sign, no one knows who you are. So half the vendors didn't put any signs up, or their sign was like little, and I missed it. So I don't know who these people were. So it's fine. I knew who I needed to talk to, which is basically my husband and our neighbor, Hannah Woodworking. And that was pretty much who I talked to, which is really bad. And then obviously you go to like Kasaya's booth, you know her like logo. She's got her stuff everywhere. And Lauren's booth, everybody else, I'm like, I don't know whose booth this is. I don't know what's happening right now. So it was not totally me. But I will do our little recap. I was terrible this time. I did not film the way I normally do. I didn't film like all the states and doing everything. I had dogs on my lap for 16 hours. It was just not happening. It was a very uncomfortable, annoying ride. And then by the time I got there, I was tired and stressed out about the dogs and everything. And a new venue puts my anxiety through the roof because what's loading like? Where is everything? What's it going to be like? Now that I know, I'm fine for next year. Like I'm already fine for Florida. Whenever anything's new, I get stressed to the max. I don't like new stuff. Like it just puts me over the edge. I can't stand it. I did a TikTok a while ago. It was an audio that I found, and I'm going to repost it because it's exactly how I feel. When you ask me to come somewhere and I'm like, what's the parking like? How is this working? What time should I get there? Should I go with the flow? I can't go with the flow. That is not me. She can. I can't. Like, you tell Barb, we're going to go somewhere. She's like, let's go. You tell me. And I'm like, I'm sweating. And Eric sometimes gets a little, we'll say moody when things don't go the way that he wants them to. So I never know if he's going to be moody Eric or happy Eric. We have 2 dogs with us. It was just my anxiety. Like I needed a Xanax real bad. So it was like really, but anyway, so all the things you learn on YouTube. So yes, we went to So Magical. It was wonderful. It was great. It was really good. It was magical. Honestly, it was. And so a couple of things, and then we're gonna look through these bags of things, and I don't even know what's in here. The reason that I am all for these shows as a vendor, as a teacher, and as a bag maker is because they just make sense. So like a lot of you make really sad faces when you say, are you going to come back to this show? And I'm like, no. And then you get really disappointed. I just want to explain why. I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. First of all, pre-COVID, I traveled way too much. I think Barb and I had more text conversations than in person. I never saw her. I never had time to do anything. You want me to write patterns? I can't do that when I'm doing 20 shows a year. You want me to like get new cork? I'm just replenishing what we have. It was a very boring life. It never made me happy. Why did I stick with it for so long? The money. That's the whole reason. How many of you have had a job where you weren't happy, but the money's good, so you stick it out? That was the only reason I did it. I didn't make connections the way that I make here. I'm not saying I never did. I'm not saying nothing good came out of quilt shows. That is not what I'm saying. But if I did quilt shows for an entire year, I would get like 1 or 2 connections. I go to So Magical and I meet everybody I watch on YouTube, everybody that like inspires me, people that understand me within the first like day that I'm there. It's just a very different, it's a different show and it's a different vibe. It was not intended to be all bag making. That was not ever the intention. Kayla wanted to do something that was different than the other shows, different than all the cons, this con and that Comic-Con and all those things where they're focused on like one thing and they're focused on people, doing one particular thing or characters. She didn't want to do that. She didn't want to have something that was a quilt show. There's already quilt shows. They still are somewhat a competition as far as time, but that's not what she was looking for. She wanted an all-inclusive craft kind of a thing. Fortunately, unfortunately, depending on what side you're on that you want to look at it, people like Saya, Lindsay, Lauren, they all kind of infiltrated this show and it became very heavily bag making. So if you make bags, which I'm assuming you do if you're here, that's what we do, that this is a great show for you because you're going to find people that have cork and vinyl and hardware and zippers and bag making thread and people that understand it and people that understand what you're talking about. When I used to go to quilt shows, one of the things that I noticed, and I didn't notice it then, I notice it now. We always had a pretty similar booth setup. You could tell where we had our grid wall, what we had hanging up. I always had tons of quilts. It was very bright and happy. We didn't sell very many quilt patterns, but we had them. I don't anymore, but I did write quilt patterns. People remembered the booth. They did not remember us. They didn't remember Barb and Jess or Eric and Jess. They didn't know us by name. I didn't have a YouTube channel then. which
No.
yet that makes a difference. They didn't know my name, so they couldn't look in the book and go, where are so many creations? They knew it was the booth with the bag stuff, the booth with all the hardware, which that is, it's very disconcerting when you spend 6 years of your life and people have no idea who you are because they're seeing you outside of that booth.
Mhm.
They're like, well, I was looking for that for your booth. They didn't know what my name was. They couldn't find me online. And so we would give out business cards. I mean, boxes
Oh,
of
God.
business cards. Everything that got handed out had a business card on it. We would reiterate over and over again. We have free shipping in the US. We sell all this on the website. We have even more. They wouldn't go to the website. The quilting community is a very different community when it comes to shows. They wanted everything right then and there. If I'm buying this pattern, I want all the stuff to make it. Okay, well, we're out of this. Well, what am I supposed to do? Like, well, you can get it on the website, you know, and but it was like talking to a wall sometimes. I felt like most of those people never went on the website and bought anything. We got a few customers,
Mhm.
but the majority of them, they didn't go there. So now you go to this kind of a show, which honestly was kind of, I don't want to say by mistake, but it just kind of fell in my lap. And Charlie is one of the first people that ever told me about it. I did not know what it was. I didn't know that I belonged there. I was still figuring out day one of Florida if like we were going to come back. You're there. And Barb comes to my booth, buys some cork because she's like, wow, look at all your cork. And she buys a pattern. She looks at the back of the pattern and sees all the hardware. And in her mind, she's going, well, I already have all this.
Mhm.
Because we're in a bag making group there.
Yeah.
We're in a group where people are like, oh, I have tons of zippers. Oh, I already have all this hardware. Or I buy from you online. I know your YouTube channel. And so it's just very, very different. And I feel like I fit there better than I've ever fit in at a quilt show. At a quilt show, I was always the weird vendor, like the random vendor that didn't fit in because I wasn't all quilting and all fabric. I stuck out for a good reason. Again, money was great. It worked for us, but it wasn't, I feel like my name was not out there nearly as much as it is now, even just from having a YouTube channel. And
Oh,
at
yeah.
this show, like, so this is my third So Magical. This show, more than any other show, the amount of people that would come over and go, I watch you on YouTube.
Yeah.
I love you and Barb. And I'm like, oh, by name. Like they say, and or I got a lot of, I totally stalk you. And I'm like, that's totally fine. Because you can't say that to people in real life
Exactly.
without them being like, whoa. And I'm like, you do? That's great.
Exactly.
Can we take a picture? Can I like, you know, and it's the YouTube channel helps, but also I'm in the community that I belong in. And so if So Magical did 20 shows a year, I'd probably do all 20 of them. Right now, we're working on 3 this year and 2 next year, and I will be at them. I also get to teach, which is really fun for me. I love teaching, and I love teaching wherever I can teach. So it always works. I've kind of mastered the teaching part of it. I know how to do that. I don't mean to sound cocky when I say that, and I hope that's
Sure
not.
does. Sure
Well,
does.
come on, it's not.
It's
I
not.
understand what the students need. I understand how to prep myself. I understand how to do all that. Like what kind of kits are going to work, what's going to, you know, go over
You
well.
do a great job.
Thank you. And yes, it sounds really arrogant. That's not what I'm trying to say,
Not at all.
but it's one of those things that I've never been uncomfortable with. And, you know, teaching on a video is totally different than teaching in person. So yes, sometimes at some of the classes, things don't go as planned because it's very different when you can edit versus in person. You see our live videos, whatever comes out of my mouth is on the internet forever. Like that's the way it goes. I can edit out all the things when I'm teaching and I'm making a
Yeah.
tutorial. So it's just a totally different thing. And I think we're all getting comfortable in our little groove of how to do things and how they expect things and the time frame. And it just, I don't know, it just works. So with that being said, now, why do I let my husband be part of my business? Eric,
Because he's a sweetheart.
sure. Eric wants us to try a quilt show again.
Oh, God.
And I don't know how I feel about it. I'm going to be real honest with you. I don't know how I feel about it. Because now that we've gotten down this, we only have the car, we don't
Yeah, I
have
was
the
gonna
van,
say.
we don't do heavy bins of hardware. We have, like, literally my
Yeah.
SUV took all this stuff and us and dogs and suitcases. I'm pretty good at packing. Now that we've gotten this down, it took us 2 hours to unload the car, and we actually were unloading upstairs because we were in the loading dock, and obviously we're too low for the dock and the ramp. They were trying to move us because they wanted someone with a trailer. And Eric said, can we park down there at the bottom of the stairs where no one's going to want to be? So he would unload all the bins. I put them on the cart and bring them to the booth. So it took us 2 hours to unload and set up the entire
That's
booth
unheard of.
versus 8+ hours.
Yeah.
The last year we were in Houston, I'm going to guess it was 12 hours of setup. It was a day and a half. Now that we've gotten this down, he's like, well, what do you think about trying a quilt show with just this? And I'm like, I don't think it's going to work. Honestly, I hate to be negative about it. I don't think it's going to work. I am hoping to at least make my money back because quilt shows are a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
But I said, fine, you are allowed to pick a show.
What show did you pick? Do you know?
Daytona, because of course, Florida in February. And that was his favorite hotel and his favorite because it's a very easy in and out. So now I have not signed any contracts. Just putting it out there. I have no desire to get back into this. I do not want to live on the road again. I want to be here. I have a great space. I don't want to be gone all the time. However, according to Eric, we may be going to Daytona next year. I'm hoping for the best, but honestly, I'm anticipating the absolute worst because I know what it was like before. So I don't know. I think he's just trying to get a free vacation out of it in Daytona. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we have a troll.
Already?
Oh, yeah. Right there.
Oh, my God. Here, hold on. Sorry, Fabio. No one's interested in your BS. And report. And you can go away now. And hide. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The trolls. Don't you ever have somewhere to go? Italy forever. Listen, I never sniffed a seat before. Yeah, that sounds real. That sounds real. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to put him in timeout. It says put user in timeout. So there. Trolls everywhere. So that's how I feel. That's why I go to So Magical. That's why I want everybody to go to So Magical. And that's why I'm really glad that Charlie brought it up and that it's, that it is exactly what I wanted it to be and more. It's just, I don't know. People are very happy. Like I was telling my friend Kathy, it was her first time teaching. She taught 2 classes. She did so good. She was so nervous, but it was her first time. And I was like, I can tell you with certainty, every class I have taught here has been wonderful. You get maybe one person that's not in their best mood, maybe, but like people are just so excited. They're just so, they're in their own crowd. Like they're just really, really happy to be there. There's just something about it. And like I said, people will go by themselves and end up making brand new friends. And they're like, this is so great. My friend Stacy, she was a student and a customer and became a friend through So Magical. She met another friend who I met from there. And she was like, you know Leanne, right? And I was like, of course I know Leanne. Like Leanne tells everybody she's my Oklahoma ambassador. She's as sweet as could be. They happened to just meet and now like they're rooming together in So Magical. Like I did not see that as much at quilt shows. I'm just saying. I'm just, again, not trying to be rude, but just there's a different energy. It's just, there's something about it that's just totally exciting. And like what everyone kept saying over and over again is I got to come here and meet all the people I watch on YouTube in line and like fangirl over them and get so excited and get pictures. And you would see everybody like, I got a picture with Saya. I got a picture with Lauren. And like they post and they were just so excited. And everybody is fine with taking pictures. I had some bad experiences with some quilters. I will not name names, but I was like, would it be okay to take a picture? And like, you kind of got the like, oh, you're not important. Please like move aside. Like, I guess if I have to take a picture with you. And I'm like, cool, I'm so glad I've been supporting you for years. Thanks for that. But it's not, no one there is snotty and rude. Like, it's just, everybody's just cool. And Kayla walks around every single day. How you doing? You good? You need anything? She checks in with all of us and like, make sure that everybody's happy and like everything's going smoothly. And if we need something, she is on it. She got her little walkie-talkie and she's like, hey, we need this. And she takes care of it and she listens to what people want. So you feel very comfortable there. I will say I was not comfortable temperature wise. It was really
Oh,
hot.
dear.
It was hot in that stupid convention center because we were near the loading dock, and Tennessee was real hot, but it got real hot here too. So
Yeah.
it's summer. What are you going to do? But other than that, and I have to tell you, I went into this with very, very low expectations for our family. My dogs were amazing.
They were.
My horrible, misbehaved butthole of a bunch of animals who are just rotten and horrible creatures. The pictures you see of them online are lies. They're awful. They're not good to animals. They're aggressive towards other dogs. They don't do anything you tell them to do. They poop on the floor. Like, they're just misbehaved little miscreants. I was like, who are you? They were so good the whole time. Like, they didn't have an accident. They were like good in the house.
Wow.
They slept well. They the last day, neither one of them had any medication because we may have medicated them to make sure that everything was good. They just sat on the bed listening to some music and having a great time. They were great in the car. Like, Roxy is anxiety ridden and does not deal well with traveling. Like, even coming here 40 minutes, she gets a little like, whoa. She was fine. She calmed down. So of course my sister goes, so that's great. Now you can bring them on more trips. And I was like, no, no. Like, if we have to, but no, we are not going to do that. But it was refreshing. And Eric said on the last day, I was ready to give this trip like a 4 going into it. He goes, they've been like a 9.5. And I was like, I was actually thinking way less. I was like, I was going in thinking we were in the negatives. They were so good. They were so good. So awesome. That is that. So, all right. We've talked about So Magical. We've had a nice little chit chat. Mm-hmm. Now we have massive dust coming in. I don't know what that means. AccuWeather is telling me we have a massive dust storm coming. Okay.
Really?
Here?
I'll
it
tell
could
you,
be a totally different location.
Sean mowed the lawn. He had to wear a mask. The smoke was so bad and thick, and it was so hot.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Poor thing. I thought I was going to die out there.
So, unless anyone has any questions, I did a little bit of shopping. Like I said, I didn't get out very much, which is good for my budget.
Now we can see what I can steal.
Yeah, we can see what I bought. I don't even know. Okay, so
Everybody knows I like to steal your stuff.
I know that. I went to Lauren's booth first because, let's be honest,
of course,
if anyone was going to sell out, it was going to be her, and she did. She sold out of stuff before I even got there on day one. And then I was very nice, and I gave somebody something. I had 2 of something, and I shared.
She said, "Sweet of you.
Is there more of that?" And I was like, "No, but you can have one." So I just got clear vinyl. That's really the only thing that I bought because everybody's obsessed with clear vinyl right now, me included. So I got some of the new clear vinyl from Mormino. So this one is actually like translucent. It has like this
it's pretty.
Kind of,
what do you call it?
Frosted.
Yeah.
Frosted. Does it say? This is the rainbow watercolor roses on frosted vinyl. I have no idea if this is on the website or not. If it is, I have no clue. But I got this one because it was just really, really pretty. Mm-hmm. I had 2 of these in my hand. I was very nice and I shared. Nice. That's unusual, though. And then I got this one. Pretty. This is Galaxy Roses. This is purple and blue on clear. So I got that one. I thought that was really pretty because I have a tutorial that I have to film hopefully tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. I've been saying that all week. I got the Groovy Ghosts. So I got to open this one because you have to see it. It's so cute. And the girl that was at the booth, I don't know who it was. I had not met her before. She was like, just so you know, like, we're selling out. And if you want something, and I was like, this is not my first rodeo. Yeah. I am well aware. I was like, that is why I came here first. Trust me, I already know. And they did. They sold out of several things. I cannot open this to save my life. Do I have scissors? No, of course not.
Would you like me to find some?
No, I like to struggle. Okay. I don't know. Lauren, what did you wrap this with? Oh my God. I can't open it. Oh my God. Oh, okay, I can see scissors.
Okay, yeah, I see them.
Oh, okay. Holy moly. All right, let's try that again. I don't know what this stuff is, but look at these. They're so cute.
Oh my gosh. They are cute.
Why are they cute? I just couldn't resist
little
it. I was like, I
ghosts.
gotta get them. They're adorable. So those are groovy ghosts. And then, of course, I got more of the scissors
Mhm.
because they're just really cute. And
They
this
are.
one is, I think these are smaller than the last one I had. I don't know. You have it on your box. And it has stripes, right? Doesn't the other one has something else?
It's got
So I
something
got
else
more
on
of the
it.
scissors.
Yeah, it's a
So,
little different than the one.
yeah, it's a little bit different, but I got all
But
those.
it's cool.
If you want them, go see if they're on her website. Otherwise, I cannot help you because I don't know anything. So I got those. I decided not to buy any more vinyl because I buy it and then I don't sew with it
Mhm.
because we don't sell it. But this, I do have something planned for this.
Here's a question.
Oh,
for you.
yes. Tell me.
Has anyone mixed clear vinyl with cork? Just wondering if it would go together in the same project.
I haven't seen that yet, but that might be kind of fun, and I could probably incorporate that into what I'm planning. So
Mhm.
maybe somebody will. It is possible. It is totally possible. Okay, so my first day of classes. So Magical's theme or their like mascot is the duck. They have ducks
Oh.
everywhere. See, there's ducks on our
Oh, I
lanyard.
see that. Mm.
At all of their logo and everything always has ducks and hibiscus flowers. So people were like bringing these and hiding these and whatever. My first day, my first class, Persephone, she's a Patreon member, and we met in Texas. She came in. She was supposed to take class. She had some things going on, so she wasn't going to sew, but she helped me in class, and she was amazing. She was like, "Do you want me to stay and help?" And I was like, "If you want to."
Mhm.
Unbelievable. Like, I mean, just so helpful. But she goes, "Here, I got this for you." So I got my little duck. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's purple and it's cute. So I have that. Okay. I haven't gotten to use this yet, and I really am excited about this. So my friend Leslie, who you may see sometimes, she's on Kasaya's YouTube channel a lot. They're friends. Her business name is Joleelee, Joleelee. She has some templates too. I think she does some custom templates for people's patterns, like I do for my own pattern. She does them for other people, and I can't remember what other templates she has. But she released this one and asked me if I wanted to try it out. This is for tassels. So you can cut your tassels nice and quick and even. And she said you can use this with 28 or 45 millimeter rotary cutter. So I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but these are all grooves in here. And you just, as far as I know, I don't know if I need to watch a video, but you just put it on your cork or vinyl and just cut. So isn't that cute?
Yeah.
So that's that. Oh, and she has a tutorial because it says scan YouTube for a tutorial. So this is the tassel template. Joleelee. So when your friends make things, then you don't have to. So you might as well. So I'm going to play with that. We did, and I did not bring it over because I have no idea where the bag is. We did have a new template, which will be on the website, I hope by next week, because we sold out. I wanted to kind of try them out. We have zipper overlay templates. So those are going to be coming. Yeah. I will do like a little video on that. I meant to get them out and I have no idea where I put them. Because I only have my own set left, I think.
Wow,
I'm
that's
not
great.
even sure.
Yeah.
We sold all of them. And I don't know how many that was, but I thought I brought a lot of them. So those are very, very popular. Those are gone, but they will be on the website and new jewelry will be coming too. So let's see. Oh, and then of course, because I'm just hooked on clear vinyl. This is not from Lauren. This was from.
This one looks pretty.
Oh my God, I'm going to say the wrong name now. Shoot. Her name is Amber. Wait. So Majestic. I was like, wait, she gave me a card. So Majestic, Amber and Jason. How gorgeous is this vinyl?
That looks
really so pretty. I bought 2 of these because they were so pretty. And she was telling me because they actually are from the Bronx.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She goes, I'm from New York. And I was like, where? She's like from New York. Like, legit New York. They were packing their car, for the love of God, and we're getting ready to leave. And UPS showed up. They took the package that they had delivered and literally threw it into the car and just took off. We got to take that with us. And she said they have a very small car.
Oh,
I don't know how they
geez.
did this. She goes, the car was so packed, there was no room for anything. I don't know how I got it all in there. And then she said the car was like bowing.
Oh, jeez.
So much weight in it. But this,
Oh, that looks pretty.
how pretty is
Yeah,
that?
that's
So
really
I had
pretty.
2 rolls of that. So
Mhm.
yes, I am just as obsessed with clear vinyl as everybody else. So that is from So Majestic. And also I got this really pretty purple zipper because we don't have any color like
No,
this. And it was
that's a
just
pretty
so
color.
pretty.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try that. And then
Are we
I
getting it?
got, I don't know yet what we're getting. I got clear zipper.
Oh.
So I will be honest, I've seen this online. It never appealed to me. I was like, it's weird. I don't know about that. Standing in the booth, looking at it, it was appealing to me more and more. And I thought, well, it has clear tape. It'll look cool with the clear vinyl, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to try it for that. I think the roadblock I was having was like, this is going to look weird in a bag. And I wasn't seeing it in a bag per se, but now I'm like, oh, well, with clear vinyl, that might look kind of cool.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I've never done anything with this before.
Like
They
the
were
zippy bags,
they were
project bags,
giving away a yard of this to like everybody
Oh,
that came
really?
into the
Oh.
booth, like while supplies last, completely gone. Like
Wow.
within the beginning of
Yeah.
the first day, people like free things.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I bought some to play around with it. We'll see how it goes. And this was just so pretty. I think this actually will match some of the Lauren vinyl. I think it'll look really
Oh,
nice.
yeah, it looks-
So
yeah.
I just grabbed some zipper tape because why not? Garbage.
Like we don't have enough here.
Like I don't have enough, you know. What is this? Oh, I got a little goodie bag. And I'm not going to go through all of it, but I got a tiny little So Magical ruler.
Oh,
Oh, that's so
God.
cute.
How small
I
is
love
that?
tiny little rulers. This is 2 by 3, right? Yes. No, 4. 2 by 4. Got a
Mhm.
little tiny little ruler and a bunch of other little things. And then, okay,
Uh-huh.
if you are not following, you're going to want to. So this is my friend Becky, Hannah Woodworking, Hannah without an H on the end. She makes all the stuff that's in their booth. So she had a new product.
Oh,
Do you know what's going to come out of here?
I'm not positive. Something.
It's a blade.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool? So it's a cool little
That
blade
is really cool. Yeah.
with refills. And then I got the most like brightest one I could find
Yeah.
because I hate losing things. Some of them are so pretty, but I'm like, that's going to blend in with stuff and I'll lose it.
Mhm.
So it's just like a really cool
That's a
little
cool way to do it. Yeah.
and they're weighted, like feel that. It's just
Oh, yeah.
it's got a good weight
And you
to
can
it.
just Easily.
Exactly.
Oh,
And then
cool.
she gave me
Did
refills.
you get me one?
No, because I was such a loser. I came after I unpacked, I'm like, I didn't buy Barb
Oh,
anything.
God.
I'm terrible.
No, you're
I'm
not.
terrible.
You don't need to buy me stuff.
Then why you ask?
Just because I thought I'd ask. Because it's cool.
Why are you gonna ask and make me feel bad? I'm telling you.
Because it's cool. It's
Oh,
different.
so somebody made this and gave it to me
Oh,
with
that's
our
cute.
cork
Yeah.
and the clear zipper. She came into the booth and
Hmm.
I cannot remember her name. I'm so sorry. If you're watching, I'm really sorry. She came into the booth and saw this on the notebook holder that we have and loved it. And Eric found a piece for her. And then I think she was like running late or something. And Eric's like, we'll hold on to it for you. We stash everything under the table. We'll hold
Yeah.
on to it. She couldn't believe that he actually saved it for her. She came back, bought it, went to her room and made this and then said, here, you can have this. And she gave it to us.
that
Just
was
like a little
nice.
zipper
Yeah.
bag. So I thought that was really nice. And there's the clear zipper tape. Still not sure how I feel about it. I think I'm going to like it better on the clear vinyl, but you know.
Question. Who
yes.
is selling the clear zipper tape?
So Majestic.
So Majestic.
SoMajestic.com. And they have a Facebook group. So Majestic. Yes, please come see us in the vendor hall for your free yard of zipper tape. I didn't get a free yard. I paid for 5.
Uh-huh.
They were super, super nice, really nice people. And, you know, I mean, everybody there is a small business and it's nice to
Yeah.
support that. So let's see, because I have no idea what all this stuff is. So our neighbors were Becky and Cassie from Hannah Woodworking And my husband, of course, has to take my friends away. And I don't know what that's for. He just kept going over and then coming back with bags of things. And I'm like, did you pay for that? Or should I say, did I pay for that? Don't let her give you things for free. So I don't even know what any of this is. So, oh, he got lighters. I don't know why we needed 2 lighters, but he did. He just wanted whatever she had. Oh, so that's what this is. Extra flint.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he got lighters. He just
Leave it
loves.
to Eric.
He loves spending my money. What is this? I think this is a seam
That looks like a
seam ripper and stiletto
Mhm.
in bowling ball yellow.
I was gonna say,
Right? Like
ooh,
you won't lose it.
that's for sure.
You won't lose it. She always makes magnets with like her leftover resin. So we got free
Okay.
magnets. I already have some of the little jewels. I have those on my fridge. What else did Eric buy? Because I didn't buy any of this. I can tell you that. Him and his bags of stuff. Oh, okay. This, I think I just broke the chalk. It's this is a chalk pen.
You're kidding. She makes a chalk pen.
She
too?
does, yes. I don't know how to open it. Oh.
You just spit out the chalk.
Oh, all of the inappropriate jokes are in my head. Chalk, and I broke that off in the bag, but that's okay. I'll push that back in. Chalk, and I think I have, yes, I have chalk refills here. And, oh, another, oh, I guess I did get you one. Eric did. It's not aqua, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But I got another
That's
blade
really cool.
for Barb.
Thank you, Eric.
And oh, that one's mine. Okay. We spent a lot of money, my money, at Hannah Woodworking. And I have something else coming from them. And I'm very excited about that. Hopefully that'll be in next Friday. I can show you. All right. Oh, so I went to Saya's booth and bought more thread.
Red. That's a pretty color.
Does she has great names for all of these, but they're not written on here. She has names for everyone. So I tried to pick the colors that I use a lot. I got an olive because I always use olive.
Mhm.
I got hot pink.
Mhm.
And a nice cork color.
Yep.
And purple.
Yep.
And peach. Who knew?
Very nice.
Yes. I mean, it was kind of hard not to buy all of them because they're all really, really pretty. Yes. Oh, coral reef, grape ape. Oh, but all the rest of them aren't
I
on
was
here.
gonna say this one.
Green with envy. These two don't. I
Neither
think
does
this
this.
is hot pink Leslie. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. This one says nothing.
Will I make the status of being able to be a thread color on Saya's?
I don't know,
booth?
maybe.
I don't know. Who knows? And oh, if you want to see a more detailed vendor hall tour with like little interviews, you can watch her live that they did on Saturday. I am in it. If you want to go watch that. Oh, Eric also bought an ice cream scoop. Also made by Hannah Woodworking.
Okay.
And a pizza cutter.
Now the pizza cutter.
I mean, that's pretty cool. They're very heavy. We don't need these, but yeah, feel that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, feel the ice cream scoop.
So if you want to sell it, Shayna would love it. She has this thing about pizza cutters.
Who
This
knew?
thing is heavy.
Who knew? You know,
That thing is heavy.
and I found out last night I won. So Becky from Hannah Woodworking, Rick from Off the Wall, and I can't remember the third guy's name. I can't remember what his name is. I'm sorry. They had a dust off. What is a dust off? They each made 3 seam rippers on their lathes live at the show. They were all on stage.
Cool.
I missed all of it. So I went to take some pictures for my friend Kathy. I wanted to take pictures in her class. While I was there, I got totally sidetracked talking to Kayla and Lauren. And then somehow Lauren and I volunteered to take lunch money. Kayla thought we were kidding. We were not. We confused every human being coming through there because they were like, why? I'm like, because we
Yeah.
work here. That's
Yeah,
why.
that's why.
We're just doing whatever we want.
Mhm.
So Lauren was taking money and I was putting wristbands on. So we were in the middle of doing that. We were just talking and having a nice time. And then Eric's like, you need to come back to the booth. And I was like, why? I'm having fun with my friends. So I go back to the booth and he leaves. And I was like, did you have to go to the bathroom? Like, where'd you go? No. He told Becky he was going to film the dust off. So he was over there for like the whole hour. And apparently, and I still haven't seen his video, at one point she was using the lathe blindfolded.
Oh my God. Did he post the video?
No, I don't. It's on his phone. I have to get it. So they were making all these seam rippers, and then you could buy raffle tickets, and the money was going to some kind of charity. I don't know the detail. I missed how you win. Like, I don't know who the winner was and whatever. I think maybe whoever they decided the winner was, that they decided on the charity. I don't know. I missed a lot. But apparently I won one of the seam rippers.
Well, there you
Because
go.
Becky messaged me last night and said, hey, look. And I was like, that's my phone number. I was like, I won. So I was very excited. I think we're getting down. Oh, yes. We're getting down to the good stuff that you're going to want.
Uh-oh.
I have to also show you these. So I don't use pattern weights, but they always have a ton of pattern weights.
But they're pretty.
But they're so
paw prints.
Central perk from friends. So I got the last two of these, and I for no reason except just to do this.
Exactly.
Because I don't use pattern weights. That one doesn't want to stand up, but that one will, because they're just really cute. So let's wrap this up with a little bit of this. If you're still here, you're gonna want to stay tuned. And I'm just going to tell you that, again, we don't use this word on the channel because it always goes poorly.
It's a bad word.
And why is it a bad word?
I don't know.
It becomes the worst word ever.
Because it brings Fabio.
Yeah. Go away, Fabio. So we're going to do one of these, okay? And I'm going to make it real clear right now. This is from me, only me. We're look at both of us. We're doing this. All you have to do is leave some kind of a comment. That's it. You can tell me that you like something, you want something, you wish you had something. Don't say this word. Don't mention it. And if you are the one that I'm going to share this thing with, I am going to contact you on here. I'm going to comment and I'm going to contact you and I'm going to sign it, Jess and Barb. I'm not asking you to go join an app, give me your phone number and your money and all that. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. Don't email me and ask me. I'm not doing that. I never, ever, ever, ever would do that. Okay. The only thing I'm going to have to ask you to do, because remember, these comments go away and I can't reply to them the way that I want to. When this isn't live and it's just posted, leave the comment there. I can't pick from here because I can't really, once it's not live, I can't tag you. I can't talk to you here. So don't worry about your comments here. As soon as we're done in like 5 minutes and it's not live, just be like, hey, and write whatever you want in there. Okay. Everybody clear? And I'm going to say, hey, guess what? Let's see who's next. Patricia Hale, you are getting something from Jess and Barb. And if you don't see that it's signed from Jess and Barb, that means you're not getting it. Don't fall for scams, okay? Don't do it.
If it says Barb and Jess, don't believe
Or
it.
if it says Jess and Barb, and if it says, hey, send me your phone number and your bank account information, I would never ask you to do that. Please don't do that, okay? So we're going to do this. I'm going to show you what you're going to get, because Becky, who called me a name last night, she said that I was I don't know what she called me. She called me a wingnut or something. I don't know. She said, because I was a pain in her butt, that I had to pick things out to share.
Oh, okay.
I was like, well, that's fine. I will pick things out to share with wonderful people. So number one, look how beautiful. So
really
this, Becky's
looking.
wife, Cassie, also contributes to like the things. Becky does all the turning and the woodworking and all that kind of stuff. But Cassie, this is clay that she made. She put that together,
really?
And then it's put in resin. So how cool is that?
That's really pretty.
It is a seam ripper. I love a family business. I love a spouse being involved. You know that. Hopefully hers doesn't make her go to quilt shows. still not sure where I stand on that. There is a stiletto and a seam ripper. And there was a woman in her booth who was asking, do you have something I can like try this out on? And Becky was like,
geez.
no. I said, I have a scrap of cork. So she was like, oh, I wanted like a seam. I was like, well, you're not taking my bag apart.
Yeah, really.
So I took the cork and I went, watch. And I cut it and I said, see how smooth? She was like, oh, wow. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's pretty cool. And then she goes, oh, I lost the cap.
Oh,
No, you
Duh.
didn't.
duh.
No, you didn't.
You just turned it around.
So you're going to get that. And they come with cute little bags
They
too.
do.
Not that you're
Velvet
going to leave it
bags.
in there because how often do we need our seam rippers?
Yeah.
You're going to get that.
Blade.
A blade.
Those are
And
cool.
some refills. And you got one too. Do you want this one instead? Do you want me to
I
switch
don't
it
know, what
out?
was the other one?
Hold on. Hold on.
Hold
We have to
on.
revise.
Sorry, guys. I get first choice.
This one.
Hmm.
You're going to get one of those when Barbara decides here.
I'll take this one.
Okay. All right. So this and this. Not that. And a roller. I love that.
For
So
your
you get
wallpaper.
for
I
your
love the handle.
wallpaper.
I love the handle on that one.
So they're all these are all resin,
Yeah.
and this one is clay and resin. So very, very cool. All one of a kind, all handmade.
Mhm.
You can have this. You can take this home if, one more time, we don't say the bad word. Don't say it. Don't say it at all. And when this isn't live, then you leave a comment and you can say anything you want as long as the bad word's not in it, because we're going to try to avoid the trolls. And if the trolls find us, we're not going to fall for it. We're
Nope.
smart. We're going to wait until it says, hey, guess what? I have something to share with you from Jess and Barb.
I like
And then
this.
you'll know.
Jaded has a perfect comment.
Tell me.
Give Barb what she wants.
Don't encourage this behavior. Like, it does not mean encouragement. Okay?
Do I get a bag?
Yeah. Do you see what I put up with? All right.
You
So
missed me.
I did. I think that's it. I told you. It looks like there's a lot of stuff, but really, I didn't get out very much.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but I mean,
Does she sell these pizza cutters on her website? I wonder.
I don't know for certain. Probably, but if not,
Which website? Is it?
Hannah Woodworking.com. Hannah is HANNA woodworking.com. So she's got all sorts of other stuff on there because at the shows, she does more of the seam rippers and that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. She also sells other things, but depends on the show she's going to.
Yeah.
So, but I just love, they're all handmade. She's from Iowa.
Oh, yes, the pizza cutters are on the website.
is that, who said that?
Sherry.
Oh, okay. So yes. So I think that was everything. I had a wonderful time, if you couldn't tell. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for So Magical, which is next month. There are still a few openings, not a lot. I think she said we were over 60 at this point. Like we have a lot of students coming.
Wow.
I'm trying to think. And that's August. And then I will also be in Paducah the week after. So I am doing 2 back-to-back events. That was another thing I don't know. I just always feel the need to explain myself. And I know that I don't need to.
No.
There were a few comments about like, I thought you weren't traveling as much. I thought you weren't doing all this kind of stuff. One thing that you have to understand, traveling for like a simple show, traveling for teaching, way different than what I used to do. I used to live out of a suitcase and a van. I never emptied my suitcase. My suitcase literally stayed in the bathroom until I left again. Most shows were like around the 3rd week of the month. So I would come home the end of that month. I'd be leaving again in like 2.5, maybe 3 weeks. In that amount of time, I'd be doing anything I could possibly get done. I had no personal life. I was never in the office. I didn't get anything done because it was just literally start and stop over and over again and driving all over the place. This is different. So like literally, even if there were like more So Magical shows and I did all of them, it's still work. It's still tiring. It's still a lot. It's totally different. So yes, I am traveling more than I used to travel, but I'm not traveling the way I did pre-COVID.
No.
I have no desire to do that. If Eric and I do decide to go to Daytona next year, I'm not saying that even if it's like the best show ever, that I'm like, all right, let's sign up for all of them. I don't want to do that. I feel like my maximum at this point that I would want to do in an entire year would be 6. I feel like that's even a lot. I don't want to do 15 or 20. There were some months that I did 3 in a month. There was one, do you remember the one April? It was MQX, AQS Paducah, and our local show. So you convince yourself that like, well, 2 of them are kind of close and one of them's real small. I was gone every single weekend vending and like living out of suitcases and stuff. And it was obnoxious. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that life anymore. And so I guess I'm willing to give a quilt show another try. I'm trying. I almost said it without cringing. I'm gonna try, but I am not getting into the trap of like, well, you're here, you should come to ours. And if you're here, you should come to this one. And there's some great advice that everybody loves to share with me. Well, just do the ones that you really liked. Well, there were good and bad to everyone, so you can't pick that way. Like it's more like time of year, what fits into the schedule, where it is. Going to Florida in February, not such a bad idea. Not the worst thing in the world. I don't want to be here in February, but I don't need to then do February, March, April, May. Like
you could do Lancaster in September.
There's
2024.
If it happens, maybe because my mom loves Lancaster, or Lancaster, whatever. We always say it wrong.
We always say Lancaster.
I always say Lancaster. I don't, but it's at a new venue and it's something I might want to check out, but I don't know if I'm really ready to vend at that. I don't know. So I'm trying. I love all of you.
Everybody say, are we doing a bus trip? Are we doing
a bus trip?
Are we doing a bus trip?
I love every one of you and you have great ideas. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. I am not planning on going back. Barb doesn't want me to do it either. Trust me. No. She doesn't want that. I was a miserable troll. Nobody wants that.
It was a lot of work for me too.
It was a lot of work for you. Well, I would be at a show. I'd be selling out. I'd be like, do you have this? Hold this. We have to ship it. Here's this.
Ship it out. Do this.
No, I don't want to do it again.
She'd come back. I need 50 of these and 50 of those.
Well, and then
by tomorrow.
Mr. Brainiac.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so hear me out. I'm like, oh no. If we're gonna go to the quilt show, should we bring some hardware? And I was like, no, because that defeats the entire purpose of us doing this. We are doing this to see if we can do it on a scaled down version where it's not. I'm like, no, hardware is heavy. That's a bigger vehicle. No. So yeah, we're gonna see. I'm not completely opposed to going to Daytona, but I don't know. I
just want to go to the beach.
We never go to the beach. we open the door and smell the beach.
The track?
No,
you don't even do that?
No, we don't do anything.
Then what's the big draw going to Daytona if you're not going to the beach?
Because it's warm out. It's warm out and you can smell the ocean.
It's warm out here.
Yeah, but it's warm in February.
Oh, that's
by February, I'm at my limit of snow.
Next year, maybe warm here in February.
Summer came late.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're done. I promise. And yeah. So hopefully I'll have something new to show you next week. I have a couple things to do this weekend. And other than that, I just made a giant mess that I have to clean up. So do you want to
clean up?
You want to end it or you want me to?
I can end it.
Okay. Without falling. So we will see you next week. And don't forget, once Barb hits that button, then go leave a comment. All right?
Bye, guys.
Bye.